Hiya, it's Ed Lyons from Flint & Partners Optometrists in Wolverhampton and Ed Lyons Sports Vision. Since sharing the first few videos, I've had lots of email requests for topics to cover from lens colour, eye dominance, eye health, and one of the most frequently asked for was what are our options for prescription shooting glasses, and that's what I hope to cover in this short video. Now, shooting eyewear, whilst mandatory for CPSA registered competition, should fulfil two main purposes. So primarily to protect your eyes from impact and UV, and secondly to also protect you from glare whilst actually enhancing the contrast of the target against the background. Now, there's a lot of marketing to cut through, and I always advise my clients to have the fewest lenses they can cope with in order to reduce costs and also to reduce variables. Too many people spend more time worrying about exactly which shade of lens to wear rather than concentrating on the target presentation in front of them. Generally speaking, a lens for full sun, a lens for really sort of low light, and something for sort of general purpose in the middle should be satisfactory for the vast majority of people. Now, the amount of curvature of a lens is called its base. Now, the greater the number, the more curved the lens. So for example, this is the Pillar Outlaw X7, and you can see that it's smaller and more curved than the larger, flatter Outlaw X6 version. Put the two together. There we go. And the X7 will fit smaller to medium faces. The X7 perhaps offers the greatest level of true wraparound protection on the market today, although the X6 variant is excellent for those of a bigger build. Now, some shooters can find curved lenses disorientating due to them inducing what we call a prismatic effect, and this can be particularly problematic in the cheaper end of the market, although many casual shooters have actually got no problems at all just using some £5 safety glasses from Screwfix. Historically, many trap shooters used to favour flatter, higher sitting lenses, such as those made by Deco, High Score, and actually the new offerings from Delaro, imported by Ling Shooting. And these flatter lenses could induce less distortion than the more wrapped curved versions. And of course, the risk of injury with trap shooting is significantly reduced as the targets are always going away from us. So as lens technology progressed, companies such as Castellani, Randolph Ranger and Pillar invested heavily in improving the optics of their curved lenses. And it should come as no surprise that all three brands use the industry leader Zeiss to manufacture them. Now, for many years, the industry standard material for shooting glasses was polycarbonate. Now, polycarb is lightweight, it's inexpensive, and it's extremely impact resistant, and it makes for a great set of entry-level glasses. Now, the kits made by Evolution, Jack Pike, Bolle, for example, they'll protect your eyes for years to come, and you'll actually get 5 lenses, a frame, and a case, and change from 50 quid. However, for the purist, polycarbonate can have some disadvantages. So polycarb is soft, so it's quite easy to scratch. It doesn't necessarily take up tints particularly well, so the lens colours can sometimes appear to be a little bit muddy, and there can of course be that curvature issue. Now, the higher priced lenses offered by Pillar use a superior material called polyamide, and that's a derivative of nylon. So polyamide has got better optical properties, it's easier to tint, and as all the lenses are poured into individual moulds, then the aberrations that we can find in some of the budget end can actually be controlled more definitively. Now, for prescription lens wearers, fortunately there are lots and lots of options. Arguably the most cost effective are prescription inserts, and these clip into the rear of a non-prescription frame. So if we grab that Outlaw frame that we looked at earlier on, you can see that it's just nestled into the back using these little prongs here that just clip into the vents there. So prescription inserts can be a bit of a Marmite choice. For the Outlaw series, Pillar have got 3 insert options. The insert for the X7 is smaller to fit with the curve of the frame, and the X6 version is larger, and the brand new one is larger still. Now, if you're considering an insert, make sure that the version you select is appropriate for the frame style. So if you put an X6 insert into an X7 frame, you can get some abrasions on the back of the lens as the curves won't gel and they won't fit properly. I've got many clients that have used prescription inserts for over a decade, and if their prescription changes, we can simply put new lenses into this insert. However, some shooters can find that they can add extra weight they can steam up in adverse weather conditions, they can narrow their field of vision and sometimes generally get in the way. Female shooters with long eyelashes can also find that inserts can sit a bit too close to the eye and can become an irritant. It's important to note that certain inserts are only suitable for small prescriptions, and greater levels of refractive need just don't work sat into a lens carrier, especially for those people who've got astigmatism, which is that difference in the curvature of the cornea at the front of the eye or the lens inside, or if you're really complicated, both. Because if you've got astigmatism and you put it into a curved lens, the wearer can notice a goldfish bowl effect, which can make things quite off-putting. Now, having made literally hundreds and hundreds of inserts over the years for people, it always tends to amaze me that clients will sometimes spend £500, £600, £700, £800 on a set of non-prescription coloured lenses and will then want the absolute cheapest optical lenses to go in the carrier. And strictly speaking, these are actually what make you see, not this. So investing in good quality lenses, to me, is a no-brainer. And for only about 120 quid, you'll actually get really high quality single vision prescription lenses in here, with all the anti-glare, anti-UV, hydrophobic, oleophobic coatings and a 2-year warranty against scuffs and scratches. The inserts themselves, they vary in price from sort of £90 up to £120, and the prescription lenses themselves are about 120 quid. Now, I always recommend that clients try the inserts on their own frames first, as they might sit perfectly well in the straight ahead position, but then when mounting the gun, depending on your build, your face shape, your stock, your shooting style, the inserts might actually get in the way a little bit. So moving on from inserts, there are actually lots of options. So for fully glazed prescription lenses, Optilabs offer a wide range of inexpensive styles with complete frames and polycarbonate lenses starting only 130 quid. Their oversized aviator frame is extremely robust, and I've used and reused these for some of my clients for many, many years. In my practice, our brands of choice are Oakley, Randolph Engineering and Pillar. And Oakley have been through something of a reinvention, really, having sort of massively reduced their prescription lens portfolio when becoming taken over by Luxottica, and they got rid of old favourites such as Persimmon, Orange and the G30, but happily they're now back with more choice than ever, although their true sort of clay shooting lenses are a bit limited. Now, frames such as Crosshair 3, Turbine and Drop Point have been really, really popular. And we can actually custom make prescription lenses to fit these frames, even if they're in colours that aren't in Oakley's portfolio anymore. Now, the main frames we use from Randolph are the Edge design, which is here. Now, the Randolph range Edge frames start at 180 quid, and the rather industrial but extremely useful Sporter design, which is here, these only start at £144. Now, the Edge design is a very, very lightweight interchangeable lens product with an adjustable bridge. So we can see that we can make it sit lower, we can make it sit higher, and it's available in 3 sizes and also a multitude of different side lengths. So this has got the spectacle side on, they come with cables, and we can customise the sides as well. These are really, really useful for shooting trap because the frame can sit nice and high. So again, when we're into the gun, we've got plenty of lens height up in this sort of superior area. And again, the lenses just simply clip in and out like so. When making the prescription lenses for things like the Edge, we actually use a special recess, which we just sort of cut into the uppermost portion of the lens here, and that helps it just sort of nestle and sit better into the frame. And it's also easier if and when you want to sort of chop and change the lenses. The Sporter, whilst not actually winning any prizes for aesthetics, as you can see, there you go, the Sporter has actually solved loads and loads of problems for me in the past because it can take absolutely enormous prescription ranges. On your prescription inserts, realistically, your prescription limitation is about +2 to -3. With these bad boys, we've actually made prescription lenses from all the way up to +9 diopters and all the way down to -14 diopters, which is massive. These are really big, complicated prescriptions, and they just will not work in an insert. They certainly won't work in a really curved frame. So typically we use top quality clear lenses in this frame, and they're about 260 quid, and then we use the Zeiss clip-on colours over the top. And this helps to keep costs sensible and avoid some of the problems with inserts that we mentioned before. With a wide range of colours and the option to sort of customise this, because again I can make coloured lenses for this actual chassis, the Sport is an excellent mid-priced option. Once again, the highest priced options are those made by Pillar, and a few years ago I was approached by Phil Pillar to set up and run the prescription programme for the UK market, which is both an honour and a huge challenge. Setting up a lab and training the staff to deliver such high-end products took a little longer than anticipated, but now generally runs like clockwork. So the most popular frame in the prescription format by Pillar is the 580, as won by 2014 World Fit Ass champion Ed Solomons. This is available in black steel and a multitude of carbon fibre options. This is the new rather snazzy black and red. So it's super lightweight, it's got adjustable fork sides and this really nice frame geometry, so it really just sort of sits nicely on your head without sort of feeling too heavy. Other styles include the 540, the Sebring RX4, the Sebring, and lots of other different options. All of these are designed to be interchangeable, but this can sometimes be a bit of a faff, so most shooters opt to have each lens colour set into a frame. And starting at 450 quid, a set of prescription Pillar glasses doesn't come cheap, but again is amongst the very best around. As some of you might have seen, Ed Solomons and myself have designed our own range of glasses and sunglasses that can also be used for shooting. So whilst not shooting glasses per se, Milan and our Venice styles sit nice and high up on the nose, so again they're less likely to get in the way when you're shooting, and these can look really good when they're sort of both worn in the field and when you're out and about. All of these glasses are handmade from bioacetate in Italy, so these are super strong, they're super light, hypoallergenic, and all of the materials are the same polyamide material that we touched on earlier on, so for maximum clarity and safety. That was the Milan style, and this is the sort of Venice one, which again has these little adjustable nose pieces, so the Venice one can sit up nice and high when you're shooting. So that's probably enough for me for one little video. If you've got any questions, please just add them below. If there's anything that you want to talk about, want me to sort of expand on in more detail in other videos, or if there are any other questions that you want to go over that aren't to do with shooting glasses, then again just add them below, or feel free to email me at ed, which is ed@ed-lions.com. So ed@ed-lions.com. Have a look at our social media stuff, which is Ed Lions Sports Vision on Instagram and Ed Lions Sports Vision Consultant on Facebook. And as we said, fire over any questions and I'll be happy to help, and speak to you soon. Bye bye.